Beck. I'm the park botanist here at Crater Lake National Park. I also coordinate the Resource Advisor program for wildland fire. On this fire, I'm serving as the park's lead resource advisor. So I have several other resource advisors helping me deliver pertinent cultural and natural resource information to the fire leadership so that we are managing the fire not only for firefighter safety, to meet our operational objectives to contain and control the fire, but also to do so in a way that doesn't unnecessarily damage our natural resources. So when we're on the fire line, we help crews determine the best place for things such as sling sites or medevac sites that occur in areas where we're not going to have to cut down too many sensitive trees to provide for safety. We help determine what water sources are appropriate for use in the park. For example, Crater Lake does not have any non-native invasive aquatic organisms, so what water we choose to use from outside to control the fire is very important, as we do not want to introduce any species to the park that are going to cause us an awful headache later because they're invasive. Other things that we do is just deliver the existing natural and cultural information that we have as park subject matter experts, make sure that's accessible to the fire leadership so that the fire managers have the best information possible so that they know the best places to put in line the species that we're trying to protect, mitigations to protect them, and any other pertinent information to avoid and mitigate and protect our resources. One resource here on West Rim Drive that is especially deserving of some mitigations is whitebark pine. This is these 5-needle pines that grow at our highest elevations. These are candidate species for listing on the federal endangered species list as threatened or endangered, and we're losing them due to many factors: mountain pine beetle and white pine blister rust, and also some fire suppression impacts. We get a lot of mountain hemlock encroachment coming in the absence of fire. And we only have a handful of them on West Rim Drive, but we are going to protect these trees from any fire impacts so that they're kept alive, as these trees are the lifelink to the future of whitebark pine at Crater Lake.
Where the fire is there behind you, where the smoke's rising, are there any of these sensitive whitebark pines down in there?
They're mostly up higher. There might be an isolated one here or there, but primarily they're up higher.
Any sensitive species down there that the firefighters are having to deal with?
We have a rare plant, Mount Mazama colomia, and so the firefighters are given pictures of the plant and told to not dig line through the plant, or also not, stage a bunch of equipment on them. The plant can burn with moderate intensity, low intensity. It's a fire-adapted plant. It's been here for a long time, but we just don't want to unnecessarily, dig up its roots or anything that's going to make it, not be able to persist where it is.
And what kind of forest conditions are down there? What kind of trees, or is it old growth? Is it young growth? What are we looking at?
Well, it's mostly old growth mountain hemlock forest, and within that old growth forest there are patches of younger trees and then the mature forest as well. We also have some natural pumice ashy meadows that support a really diverse plant community out in there. When you look, you think it's almost barren, but when you actually go into these meadows, you'll find just an amazing diversity of understory plant species.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here on the fire. This is Brian Gailey with Klamath Falls News reporting from Crater Lake National Park.